Hey, what's up guys? I hope you guys are doing well. So in today's video, I wanted to show you guys Phantom Falls. Phantom Falls is one of the coolest falls in Northern California if you go at the right time. It's a seasonal waterfall that's best viewed in the winter or early spring, especially after a recent rain like what we had. Today, I'll take you on a full trail guide to Phantom Falls, covering things like parking, trail conditions, must-see viewpoints, and tips for an unforgettable trip. Whether you're a seasoned hiker or just looking for a scenic day hike, this video will get you fully prepared. So let's go. Your journey begins here at the North Table Mountain Ecological Reserve. To get here, you'll take Cherokee Road all the way up to the Trailhead parking lot. Here's a couple tips for you about the parking. First off, you should arrive early. Plan to be there around 9 to 10 to get a good spot, especially on weekends. Just so you know, there is a land use fee. You'll have to go onto the California Department of Fish and Game website. It costs about $5.50 for anyone over 16 years of age, unless you have a valid fishing license. At this point, you'll just walk over to these signs. There's actually a QR code that you can scan to buy the land use tickets here as well. Once you're all good with the payment, you just follow the dirt path and head out on the trail. You'll hit a split in the trail. Make sure you hit the right side to go to Phantom Falls. In terms of restroom, there was a vaulted bathroom at the parking lot. However, on the day that we went, it wasn't open. But we actually did go on President's Day, so that's probably why it wasn't open. Maybe the rangers didn't come by to open it because it was a holiday. So what should you expect when going on this hike? Keep in mind that this is a 3.8 mile round trip hike and it's rated as moderate. It's not overly steep. Actually, most of the hike is pretty flat, but there are some parts where the terrain is pretty uneven and steep. So prepare for that, but I would say 90% of the hike is pretty flat. There will be sections of the trails where you have to cross over a creek. So what are some highlights of this trail? You can expect some rolling grasslands with seasonal wildflowers. If you're lucky, right now when we went, there wasn't very much wildflowers yet. There was some yellow, beautiful yellow wildflower patches, but not very much. I think around April to May is when you'll get the most wildflowers there. Expect some basalt rock formations as well from ancient lava flows. You'll see lots of rock formations. And have fun with the creek crossing. Make sure to keep your eye out for these signs. They'll help you stay on the right path. Right now, which is mid-February, the fields are green and it's not very hot. It was actually an overcast day. We were afraid that it was going to rain, but it actually turned out to be a beautiful day. And this temperature is best for hiking in this area. I've gone out here when it was hot in May to June, and boy, it is not a fun hike. The kiddos hated it because the sun is beaming down on you. There's no shade, and it's just a hard hike. So right now, in the winter to early spring is the best time to head out this way, especially after a rainstorm. Just be careful. One bonus feature that you'll see on this hike around this time is Ravine Falls. Ravine Falls to me is really beautiful because you get to walk right up to the base of it. And after a nice rainstorm like we've had recently, the water is nicely flowing. You get to stand right under it. You just have good opportunities to take some good, beautiful photos. If you go earlier in the morning, you beat the crowd. You get this fall all to yourself and your family. It's wonderful. At the Ravine Falls stop, there was this really cool little bridge here. The kids really like this. You should definitely plan to stop at the Ravine Falls. Make sure to stop and take a couple photos and enjoy the waterfall. Right after going through Ravine Falls, you'll go through a section of just some steep climb. There are some loose rocks, so just walk up carefully. After 2 miles in, you'll be reaching the dramatic overlook of Phantom Falls. It's a 135-foot seasonal waterfall that only appears after rain. The water from the falls tumbles over sheer basalt cliffs into a lush canyon below. The best viewpoint is from the main overlook. It provides a panoramic view of the falls and also the canyon below. While up here, you have the option to take the side trail to the right side over here, and it offers a different angle and a closer look of the falls. You can go all the way over there if you want. I saw some people do that. We didn't do it because I had 2 kids with me and my wife, and so we decided not to go in that direction. On that note, guys, let's talk about some safety tips. The edges are not fenced. You should stay back away from the cliffs. It's a very steep drop. So if you have any kids going with you, make sure to keep a close eye on them. Don't let them get too close. The trail down to the base of the falls was not recommended after the rain. The website said that it's a little too slippery and a little too dangerous. So again, with the 2 kids, we didn't feel comfortable taking them down that way. So we just stayed at the main overlook and hung out there. We brought some lunch and had a nice picnic on this beautiful day. It turned out very nice. This is the area of the main overlook. Nothing is paved. It's all basalt rocks. Kind of uncomfortable if you wanted to sit down, but this was the flattest spot that we could find, and it provided a great overlook of the waterfall here. So here are a few tips to help you make the most out of your hike at Phantom Falls. What's the best time to come for a hike? I think morning. Morning time provides you with fewer crowds, and there's great light for photos. We had the main overlook all to ourselves for about 30 minutes before anybody arrived. I had a wonderful time with my family here. If you want to see a bigger, more dramatic waterfall, make sure to go after a little rainstorm. This way the waterfall is flowing at its best. And while you're out there, make sure to enjoy some of these wildlife opportunities. There may be birds of prey like hawks, vultures, crows flying around. There's a lot of cows out there on the trail, and you might even be able to spot some bobcats or coyotes way off in the distance. And that is it. That's all there is to hiking Phantom Falls in February. I hope you get a chance to go out there to enjoy the hike, and I will see you guys again in the next one.